Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to learn about the most important concept in data warehouse or Google Looker Studio is called joins. So if you are working with BigQuery or Snowflake or Redshift or any data warehouse, joins are the backbone for your data analysis. So let's get started. So today's agenda is what is join and what are the types of joins are available. What is the star schema? How we are going to represent in the BA level, and what are the best practices. Okay, so this is the our agenda. So coming to the what is the join. So join is it's used to combine data from multiple tables based on a common column. So common column is nothing but they will call it as a some kind. Sometimes it's a keys like primary keys or surrogate key. Okay, in data warehouse we usually join fact tables and dimension tables to create a meaningful reports. Okay, so for example, the fact tables is called as a sales data table or orders tables. So written orders tables, it will they will call it as a fact table. And coming to the dimension table, it's a customer, product, and dates. So those are comes under dimension tables. Okay, so the types of joins are it's a so basically, the fact table it will store the all metrical information. So if there is any metric value, suppose we are going to do some kind of transaction, so all the transaction information is going to be available in the fact table. So the dimension table it will store the all attributes like the customer related information and product related information. So those are comes under the dimension tables. So while you are coming to the both the tables like fact table and dimension table based on the common columns, it will give the meaningful information. Suppose there is a one fact table which contains the ATM transaction. So when it was happened, so the date is the dimension table. If you are combined together, we will put the what's the what how many transactions happen in the today or yesterday. So this is going to happen with the joining concept. Okay. So coming to the join types is the first one is the inner join. So inner join returns the only matching records from the both the tables. Suppose you can see here, right, the table one and table two. So this is the matching records. So it will exclude the rest of the information. It will give the only the matching records. Okay. So best for clean data. So there is a it's a completely clean. There is no outdated data or other data is not available. Only available for the only clean data. So the use case is when you are going to use this. So you want to use sales only for customers available in the customer dimension. So if you do some kind of sales and the customer table is the other customers also available. So we can assume the sales data is available for all the sales. Okay, so while you are trying to join with the both the tables, so those customers who already there in the sales table who did the transaction, those information only it's available. So rest of the customers it's not available. Okay, so the next one is the so this is the example of the SQL query for the inner joins. So how we are going to join? Suppose you can see here, right? So there are two tables. The fact table is the orders, and the dimension table is the customer dimension table. So here we are trying to join with the customer ID based on the both the tables. Okay, so it will give only the common information only it will give here. Okay, so the next one we are going to discuss about the left join. So this is the most important join in BI. The BI side they will use in the BI reporting tool. Any of the BI reporting tools they will use left join. Okay, so it will keep all the records from the left side. Okay, it will give all the match records and left side information as well. So right side information it won't mostly it will ignore. So if there is a value is not available in that case it will show as a null records. Okay, so the left join returns all records from the left side table and only matching records from the right side table. Okay, so the use case is when you are going to use to find missing dimension values. Suppose there is a dimension value is missing. In that case, we are going to add. Okay, to audit the data. So in the audit reports also we will use most of the cases it's a left join to find customers who are not mapped properly. So some customers are not mapped properly in that scenario also we are going to use. So basically if you assume the table 1 as a fact table and table 2 as a dimension table, so this is the how the BI level it's going to be joined from the fact to dimension. Okay, so this is the information about the completely the fact table information is available. So from the dimension table only the match records. So the non-match records are not showing. So in the dimension level, the other information is not visible. Okay. So this is about the left join, and here is the example. So here what is happening here? So this is a left table. Here is a right table. While we are trying to join with the left join. So the pizza and burger is available here in the both the cases. So it will give the quantity and price as well. So whereas coming to the French fries, right, there is no French fries here. So while we are trying to join with the food from the common column, so here the quantity is not available. In that scenario, it will showing as a null. If there is no data is available from the right side, it will show as a null. Okay. And coming to the right join, so this is a very rarely used in BI side because if you assume like so the table one as a fact table and table two as a dimension table, so most of the information is coming from the dimension table. So there it's no it's not a make sense to have without any the transactional data. Okay, so it's basically the right join returns all the data from the right table and matching records from the left side table. Okay, the use case is very rare in the data warehouse concepts. It's very rarely used in the BI as well. So used when dimension table is more important than fact table. Okay, so if you assume the dimension table is more important than the fact table, so if you want to see, so all the information from the dimension table in that scenario will go for the right join. Okay, here is the full outer join. So full outer join returns all data from the both the tables, matching or non-matched, irrespective of the it's matching or non-matched. So whatever the situation, so it will give all the records from the it will give all the records. Okay, so the use case is to find a mismatch between the fact and dimensions. So to you need to find out the mismatches where it is happening, right? So in that scenario we will give the full control. Okay, yeah, so coming to the cross join, it's a cardinality. So if you can see here, right, table A and table B. So from the table A, so record one is going to be joined with A and B and C. So in the scenario, so it's a one A, one B, one C. So it's a cross join. It's if you assume right here is the three records and here is the three x three. So it will be nine. So it will be huge to create the data. Table is going to be create more the more fields. So this is also cross join create cardinality. Okay, so multiple all records. So what are the rows are available? It's going to be multiple to each one. Okay, so the use case is creating for the combination. So if you want to see that the combination of the result in the scenario, we will go for the cross join and the calendar expansion. If you are going to do the calendar expansion in that scenario also, if you want to create some kind of dummy records in that scenario also, we are going to create the cross join. So cross join is very rare scenario we will use in the BI side, especially in the Looker or Looker Studio as well. Okay, so here is the star schema. How we are going to do it is, so basically star schema it's available in each and every BI tools. So this is also one of the most important concept. So basically the fact is available in the middle, so it will be surrounded by the all the dimensions. Okay, so you can assume you can see here. So this is the fact table. Okay, so the product, customer, time, and staff is the dimension table. So basically, it is going to join with the common fields. Like here, you can see the customer ID to the customer ID, and product ID to the product ID. So here there is a specific primary key available for the fact table. Customer cal is the like you can take it as a primary key. Okay, so here is the primary key and here is the foreign key. Okay, from the dimension table the customer ID is the primary key, Here customer ID is the foreign key. Okay, so this is the fact table they will use. Sorry, this is the fact star schema which is going to be used in BS side. So this is going to be optimize the query performance. Okay, so the query performance will be very it will improve a lot. So that's why most of the cases they will use star schema. Okay, so basically the initially we are going to write the fact table and all the other dimension tables. Okay, and so here is the best practices. Okay, so how we are going to join. Yeah, so use almost left join for the reporting purpose. In the most of the cases we are going to use left join only, but it's based on the scenario requirement we will use inner join, but we will never use cross join most of the cases. Okay, and filter before joining. So while you are trying to join with the tables, right, so try to filter out the data before joining itself, so it will give very less records. Suppose if you assume the table and A and table B we are going to join, in that scenario in the table B side we don't want all the records. In that scenario if you apply some kind of fair class scenario, so it will filter out most of the records, it will give only limited records. So in that scenario also it will improve a lot the query performance as well. Okay, and avoid select star. So don't use asterisk symbol for most of the cases, since it will give more all the fields from the both the tables or what are the tables we are going to join. So instead we can give what are the fields which is required. So if you are going to use our 4 or 5 fields, in that scenario just write those 4 or 5 fields. So that would be better to give and it will improve performance as well. Okay, so joins on the keys only. Okay, so while you are trying to join with the both the tables, right, try to give the only the number types. So don't go for the string or some other data types, so which is going to be very bad performance if you use other data types. So try to give the keys, means it's a numbering part. Okay, so number data types, and some more join. Okay, some more best practices also we can use. Always use left join for the quality data quality checks. Okay, and I think that's it from my end. Yes, this is a common join mistakes we are going to happen. So the most cardinality we are going to use is many to one. The worst scenario will you go for the many to many joins. So don't use many to many join. It will give very very bad performance issues. Okay, joining multiple fact tables. So don't to join multiple fact table directly. So if there is a fact table, if you are trying to join from the fact in between there is a dimension, that is okay, but don't join fact table directly. And missing filters. So if there is a data is not required in the scenario, just to use the filtering part and you can try to reduce the data. Okay, so that is how it is going to be improve the performance. Okay, so this is about the summary of the joins. Okay, joins combined distributed data, which is going to be coming from the data from multiple tables. It is going to be join and left join. Most of the cases we will use left join in the BI side. Okay, if joins are good, the performance will be very good. That's what we discussed. Yeah, so I hope this video helped you to understand the SQL joins in data warehouse environment and the Looker Studio as well. Okay, so in our next video, we will discuss about the Looker Studio tutorials. How we are going to implement this kind of joins in Looker Studio. That is not a join exactly; it's a blending concept. We will discuss the same in the next video. Yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, thank you.